Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I'll be showing you how to make custom config files for your mods. So to get started you need to go to the Mcreator website, then into the community tab, Mcreator plugins, then file manager. Now this is the plugin we're going to be using to make the configs. So download this file manager and now you have it over here. So now open Mcreator and go into preferences, manage plugins. You can see it's not here right now, so open plugins folder, and in here you need to put this plugin in, so just drag inside. So now we have the file manager inside of the plugins folder. You can close that and then save, close Mcreator as well, reopen Mcreator, and now if you look in preferences and manage plugins, you'll see that file manager is there. So let's test it out now. Okay, so now let's make a workspace. I'm gonna call it Mcreator, and I'm gonna make it for 1.16. You can make it in 1.17 if you want. Create new workspace. And now this should happen really fast. So this mod I'm gonna be making it so whenever a mob spawns, a zombie actually, whenever a zombie spawns, it will have armor, and the configs are gonna choose how much armor and what's the chances of them getting the armor, and if they get the armor or not. So three different examples of this mod, this config. So here we have it. So let's make our config file actually generate without anything inside of it, so I can show you where it happens and how it works. So you need to add a new mod element, then procedure, and call it mob. Your mod names, you can call it anything actually. I'm just gonna call it Mcreator config. So here it is. So the global trigger is mode loaded in the game. So this is gonna activate whenever the game launches and the mode is inside. So here we have this. So before putting any procedures down, we need to make some local variables. So the first is a variable type file. You will get this with the plugin. So I'm gonna call it Mcreator. So that's my file Mcreator file, and then I'm gonna make a JSON object, call it main JSON object, and then save that as well. So these are the two different variables. Now open the file manager tab, which is added by the plugin. So here you will first need to go to the custom variables and get this one, set local file, to get from the file manager tab, get this file, put that inside of there. So this is the simple procedure to set the file to what it is. So let's do the name first. So this is going to be the name of the file. I'm going to call it Mcreator config .json. You need to have .json at the end of any file name. So that's my name, that's the file name. And then go into text, create text with, and grab the location. You need to put /config/ and you need to get the get into file manager and get the game directory and put that inside of there, so it's located in the games installed and then in the config folder. So that's the file variable right now, but we need to make it, so we need to do this. Get does file exist, and you need to grab a note. If the file doesn't exist, then it's gonna create the file in that place. And now this should work. Now save the element and launch the game, and you will see in the configs folder it will show up. So launch, and you can go check it in open workspace folder, run, and configs. So you can see there's nothing right now. Even Forge hasn't like made his config files yet. You'll see it will show up here. Yep, you can see mob gear config, and it doesn't have anything inside of it right now. Yep, no, it's empty. So that's all. You don't need to launch the whole game, and just quit. Okay, now that we have our config done without anything inside, let's make the procedure for the procedure which I'm gonna be like changing with the config. So let's do it. Zombie armor spawn. Actually, I misspelled it. So this is gonna make zombie spawn with diamond armor. So I need the entity spawns, and then this I'm not gonna make it with any configs right now. This is just gonna be the basic procedure. So if it's a zombie, then it's gonna do 50% chance. So grab the random 0.5 and then change this to less than, so it's a 50% chance. And then it's gonna check for the armor slot if it has anything inside of it. And I'm gonna put this here, so if there's nothing inside of it, then it will do something. So 0 is boots, so I'm gonna start with 3, and then set armor, and then if there's nothing inside, I'm gonna set the armor to boots. I'm gonna do helmet first, actually, helmet, and then I'm gonna add another, which is called enchanting, which I'm gonna enchant the armor. So after this 50% happens, there's a 10% chance of the armor being enchanted. So I'm gonna do this, set the armor in slot 3 with enchantment, and the level of enchantment I will actually change it with the config, so you can change this and see, check this as well. Maybe I'll only be doing a few, so yeah. And yeah, Okay, so we have a basic armor, so I'm gonna copy this for all the other armors. So 2, 1, 0. I need to change this as well. So this. Now the chest plate. And yeah, now this procedure is done, and let's test it out in game. So that's a simple procedure without any config changes. Alright, the game is like playing. I'm gonna have it in some short screen right now because I'm gonna put the configs next to it when I'm done, and you're gonna see the configs when I change them and restart the game. It should work. So let me get the zombie spawn egg and set the time to night. Okay, if I spawn the mob in, you should have one and take out that chest. Very lucky. But yeah. I think I have enchanted armor right now, so that's the basic procedure. Now let's make the config. Okay, let's make the armor now. So there are gonna be many configs that you can do. And I think the first one I'll do is give the zombie a name. So I'm gonna add a JSON property, and it's gonna be called name, zombie name, and then you can change the name of whatever you want. So it's gonna be called zombie. Hopefully I'm gonna use a procedure and it shows on top of the zombie just for testing. So I'm gonna add another JSON property, and it's gonna be called spawn armor. So this is gonna be true or false. If it's true, then the zombies will spawn with armor. And another one, armor chance, and then this can be set to 50 right now, so 50% chance of the armor spawning. Enchanted armor, true. This is another true or false. So if it's true, then it will spawn with enchanted armor. I'm gonna make another one actually. Zombie name, true or false. Spawn zombie name. So true. If this is true, then the name from here will be chosen. So that's enchanted armor. I'm gonna choose another one. Enchanted armor chance. Armor chance. And that will be 10% from the 50%. And then enchantment level. This is gonna be set to 30 by default. And so these are all of the config settings that we can do. So now I'm going to show you. So you have your settings done now. To put it inside the config file, you need to put write JSON object, and the JSON object from there into the file Mcreator, and this should work. Now so run your game, and the text will show up inside the config file, and it should show up soon. and here it is with size. There's more of size now, and there should be text inside, and yes, there is. So you can see that's a string, these are numbers, this is true and false. So it's done over here, and if I change something right now, nothing will happen because I'm not using these numbers yet. So now I'm gonna use. Okay, so let's put that config into our procedure now. So to get started, you'll need to make the same file procedure. So mine was Mcreator, and then need to make another JSON object. Mine was main JSON object, and that works. And then you need to do the same thing here. Set Mcreator file to file in there. It was called Mcreator config.json, and /config/ get the, and then file directory, game directory. I recommend that you export this procedure without anything else, and then import it whenever you adding the config. It will make it a lot faster. So now that we have this, we can start making the config work with our procedure here. To get started, you will need to do this: read JSON, put that under there, and put the whole procedure in there. So whenever we put one of these get JSON properties, it will actually read them from that file. So let's go and do it. So the first one is he's gonna check if we can spawn the zombie with armor. So get logic and put this over here. We need to grab the name, so spawn armor, and if that equals true, then this will do it. So if spawn armor is true in the config, then it will do this procedure. So that's one done. Another one over here, you will need to go to file manager and get the number, and the number is and you need to get the JSON property, which is armor chance. I'm going to put this over here, and you can see that the number here is 50 instead of the 0.5 which I need. So I'm going to divide it by 100. Grab this, put this over here, divide it by 100. Alright, so this is working now. So these two I've done, and I guess I'll do the enchanted stuff next. So you need to do the same thing, and if you need to make this if enchanted armor equals true, and then if that's true, then it will do it. I'm gonna copy and put in all of them first. And so that one's done. Now this one over here, so I'm gonna grab this, just replace it, and then grab a new name, enchanted armor chance. So that will get the enchanted armor chance now, and I'll just put this all over there with the rest of the 4. So now we have these 4 done. I'm gonna do the enchanted level now. So that's a number property. So I'm gonna get JSON number, and then just put this over here, nothing else. Get the enchanted level, which is the name of it, and done. and you need to do that with all of them. So I've done all of these properties except the first two, which are numbers. I'm gonna do it completely different. So if I get that as that this is true, spawn zombies with names, and then I'll check if it's a zombie. Let's get this over here, and then name of the entity. Is there no way I can change it? If I can't find a way to like do the name, then I'll have to remove it. Oh, set display name. Got it. So this will be simple. So set, I need to change this to zombie first. Set display name to get JSON text property, and then this zombie name, and done. So this uses all of these configs over here, and it should work. Now let's just save the game, save again. So now I'm just gonna check it without changing any of the settings. So I'm gonna run the game. Alright, so I have the game launch and the config on the side. So if the spawn and the zombie name, everything. And I'm thinking this config files can actually be changed while you're playing the game. So if I change this to cursed and save it, yes, these configs can be changed while playing the game. A lot easier. So now you can see with armor. I'm gonna change this to false. Actually, not this. I'm gonna change the name to false. Save it. Name. And now they're not spawning with any of the names. You can see that. I'm gonna set them back to true. Change, I don't know, brute. And you can see it changes it. And I'm gonna change so it doesn't spawn with armor anymore. So I'll save that, and it will not spawn with armor, but it will still have the name. You'll change the name as well to not spawn. Save again, and it's not working. So that's pretty fun. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna increase the, I'm gonna turn on the armor again, increase that to 100%, the armor chance, and you will see you'll always spawn with armor. Remove the enchantment armor, so it will not spawn with enchanted armor anymore. It doesn't. Now I'm gonna make it so it will always be enchanted, so 100%. This armor, yes, it's all shiny. And then if I change this to 0, it should enchant with nothing. Save. Weird. Anyways, this plugin is very fun to use. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you next time. This video took a long time, and see you.